Hello, this is Bob Joyner and recording this on Friday the 21st of November 2025, taking a look at the heat map here on the initial screen, and we'll come back to that in a few minutes. I want to say thank you for those who've been watching this week. This will be the last video in this series. I've been doing them all week long, and hope they've been helpful. Some of you have commented on that, and I appreciate that. But it just takes a lot of time for the amount of attention that the videos are getting. So take a look at first the 5-minute chart here of a SPY, and this is just for the first couple of hours of the morning. And what I want to talk about is just there are multiple areas of support and resistance. I talk about this in the chat room for Spy Talk. And for example, on the red zone up in here where we kept hitting our head, that was based on historical resistance, and we had that zone which I mentioned to the group. Had it painted white to the group, actually not red, but same idea. And then we came down, we kept finding pin bar support at this first green arrow down at the bottom, and then we had pin bar support down here at this other green arrow. And so you just have to pay attention when you see these pin bar rejections of price, especially when they occur around hold numbers or around areas of obvious support and resistance, then you want to pay attention. I'm going to dig into the 1-minute chart of these little bounces and all this activity through here in just a second on the next slide. But first, I just wanted you to see these pin bar actions if you can make them out on the chart. But again, we'll drill down and see that further. Also, just in the big loop of things, overhead areas of resistance, pivot area, pivot lines, Fibonacci lines, which are these purple lines. You can see where those became areas of support or resistance. And again, you get that red arrow here on the left, and then that top red arrow at that top fib line that we rejected and came back down to retest that next fib line down. So all those are areas to watch for support and resistance. Now if we dig into the 1-minute chart, and just to show you all the detail that was required this morning just in the first hour and a half of trading. So these are those same green boxes of support. I've talked about the pin bar support here and here. If I were to show you panel 4, which I'm not showing you right now, then you would see dark red candles in the areas of these areas of support. But pin bar action, always want to pay attention to that and don't assume that the market's just going to keep screaming downward. So, but you have these peaks and valleys. Up at the top, we have overhead resistance at the volatility stop dots. Down beneath, we have these pin bar support bounces, right? And then you can look at the CCA. Let's look at the CCA there as well as far as those extreme moves. In this slide, what we're looking at is the trend change. At this point inside the yellow circle, again, this is the 1-minute chart, but you'll see several things change in this area. One of the things that happens is the 1-minute Chiku comes above the historical price curve as it did on the 5-minute chart. You'll see the J Kumo, which is this purple area here, flipping up. You'll see that you have two green volatility stop dots here, that green arrow pointing to that, and you can see that we move above that moving VWAP line, which is that blue line. So a big conversion point, and then we just kept going higher. So that was a big move up. So you want to be able to see those things. So this is the heat map for Friday. You can see overall a push up, but also an overhead resistance at that Fibonacci line that's drawn clearly on the charts there. So again, hope this information's been helpful for you this week. If you want more information about Spy Talk and about joining it, it's still just $29 per month, and you can find information in the description box below. If you have not been following this series this week, each video I'll talk about something different, and it might be interesting to you to go back. Just follow the arrow to that first video that I did on Sunday earlier this week. All right, thanks for watching.